Hello, hello, hello. Happy hump day. How is everybody feeling? Ooh, okay. It's almost Halloween, and I am so excited. So I wanted to inform you on the messages situation. Halloween, so September and October are, to me, what February, March, and April is to a tax preparer. So I am getting a very large influx of messages coming through, and I'm having a hard time keeping up with them. So I just wanted to let you know I will definitely get back with you. I will message you. I just need you to be patient with me and don't be mad, please. Okay? Oh, hello, Haley Joe. You guys remember Haley Joe from KHQA? You locals? She's in California now. Hi, Allison. Hi, Heather. Hi, Sunday. Lots of people on here. Hello, Chris. Oh, I love it. Hi, Patty. Hi, Bevan. Okay, so I have some updates for you, and then some cards for you, which I am pulling as we speak right now. Did you guys see my super cute picture of my kitties earlier? I walked in and they were just laying there like that with that sign right there. Ooh, we got some good cards today. Okay, so today I am going to be pulling a specific card for the S's out there. So if your name starts or ends with an S, first or last, or whoever it is that you like to pull a card, want to pull a card for, whether it be about a relationship, anything that involves someone with an S, if it may or may not be you, this is who that card is for. So S's get their own special card today. And then, I've got three, actually I've got four other cards for you guys because we had a jumper. So we will get to those soon. I'll go ahead and show you what they are, and then I'll give you some updates, okay? So this is number one. Card number one. Make sure you put which one you're choosing in the comments to kind of hold yourself accountable. These are cards number 2 and 2. They had, I pulled one out and had a jumper, so you're getting both of them. Oh, thank you, Patty. You are so sweet. Thank you. And this is card number 3. Hello to my cousin Ashley. I see you watching. Ashley Turpin, my cousin from Springfield, Illinois, owns this super cute boutique called the Teal Owl Boutique, and I absolutely love and want everything on there. So if you have a chance, go check that out. Okay, one more time. I'm going to show you one more time. Card 1. Cards 2. And card 3. Now remember, if you're an S, if you have an S name today, you are getting a special card. And it's this one. But I will tell you what it is and interpret it for you after I give you all of my info. So first off, I want to give a big shout out to Advanced Dental Care in Quincy, Illinois. I'm finding more and more that people at work are at work, and like several people are watching these lives on Wednesday afternoons, and that just cracks me up, and I think it's wonderful. And so yeah, if you have a group that you want me to give a shout out to, just put it in my private messages. If you have a group at work and you all watch together, I'd be happy to do it. So Quincy, Illinois, Advanced Dental Care, they are badasses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so you guys are getting ready to see some QR codes. The amazing and phenomenal Lisa Pemberton created a QR code that you can just scan with your phone with your camera. And I feel like I always have to tell people that you have to turn your camera on simply because it took me like 4 years to learn that. So she's created a QR code that will allow you guys to literally be directed right to all of my tickets and events, all of the services that I offer, so you can see how much they cost and what types, as well as email sign up so that you can be in the know. And you want to sign up for our email newsletters because a lot of times I'll put codes in there so you can save, $10, $15, $20 on tickets. So yeah, okay. You will start seeing those at, we'll have postcards with them on at the Quincy events and the Columbia events and every event hereafter. But I just wanted to let you know to be on the lookout for those because it'll be 10 times easier for you to get all the up-to-date information if you just go to that, use that QR code. And next Wednesday, I will be out of town. I am going to speak at a psychology class in Kirksville, Illinois. So, which I'm completely and totally honored to do, and I love that. I love that teachers are bringing awareness to what we do and how things work for us psychologically, and I just think it's super cool. But anyways, I will be in Kirksville next week, and then I'll be headed out of town after that as well. So I will not have time to do a Hump Day reading for you guys, but I will do that Tuesday, the day before, around 2 o'clock, okay? So be looking out next Tuesday instead of Wednesday. Quincy, you guys are phenomenal, and you sold out in like less than 8 days. And so we added another event because we had so many people asking, is there going to be another one? Is there going to be another one? And yeah, there is because of you. So we added a second one October 21st, so it's the day before the 22nd. And you can get your tickets right now. If Lisa, if you're watching and you don't mind, can you put the link to the Quincy event in the comments for people? A lot of people are asking, how do I get tickets? How do I get tickets? So if she doesn't get to it, I will. I'll be sure to post the link in this feed so that you guys can get tickets to that. A lot of people ask what the difference is between the big shows like the one that we're going to be doing in Quincy and the ones that we do at Columbia, the theater style shows, and the shows that I do just at home in my studio. There's several differences. One is the amount of people. Two is the type of show that you're going to experience. With the $60 events, there's 25 people or less, and it's a lot more interactive. There's a lot more people that get messages because there's fewer people there. So I don't know that, I guess I shouldn't say there's more people that get messages. Your chances of getting a message is much better. That's what I should say. With the show, the big shows, it's more like it's entertainment, it's loud music, it's really something that if you haven't experienced for $35, you should go and experience it. It's a lot of fun, as long as you are not offended by the words fuck, or asshole, or dick, or anything else that comes up. But yeah, as long as you're cool with that, I love that Facebook, they put the little stars so you can actually see it. Okay. Anyways, yeah, awesome, Nicole. You will love it. You will love it. I love the Blue Note. It's a lot of fun. We always have a lot of trouble with the God, what is it called? The speakers and the microphones. That has a lot to do with the place itself being haunted, but it also has a lot to do with just spirit in general. So just about anywhere we go, we usually have a hard time with mics and things like that, working with batteries draining quickly, those types of things. But we have an awesome, awesome sound guy, and he is phenomenal. He moves those knobs so that you can still hear me as quickly and easily, as quickly as he can. So, okay. So we've got the Quincy event, which is the 21st. We've got the Columbia event. These are just the only 2 Halloween events left with tickets open. So Halloween the 21st in Quincy, and the Halloween event October 30th in Columbia, Missouri. Columbia, Missouri. Those are the only 2 Halloween events that you have. The tickets are open still. St. Louis is coming up super quick. That's November 12th. And then Chillicothe is November 26th. So I'm imagining that there's going to be a lot of people buying tickets for gifts. So if you haven't already gotten your tickets to upcoming events, you may want to do those. You may want to do that because there's a good chance they'll sell out. $35 tickets make really good gifts. Okay, so all of that boring stuff is out of the way. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to show you the cards one more time. Make sure that you are posting which card you want to pick in the comments to hold yourself accountable. If your name starts with an S or ends with an S, you have a special card just for you today. So, all right, yes. So this is card number 1. These are cards number 2. And this is card number 3. This isn't not a new deck to me, but it's kind of a new deck to you because I don't usually pull the Archangel cards very often. And today I felt like I needed to, and the message is pretty interesting. So 1, 2, 3. Okay? Okay, let's start with the S's, your special card for today. Okay, Stacy Smith Stevens. You definitely want to listen to this card. SSS. This is your card. But since you picked card number 2, you can also have those cards. Okay. You got the Ten of Summer S's. Okay? And the Ten of Summer is all about leading a fulfilling life. Things adding up emotionally, finally, for the first time. This is encouragement as far as raising your children, what you're doing and how you're doing it. This card comes and it tells you you are doing everything right. I am proud of you. I am proud of you. That comes from your guides. The other thing the Ten of Summer means is people you can trust are coming into your life, or they will be coming into your life. So if you're wondering if, maybe you're talking to somebody new, or you started a new job and you made a new friend, whatever it is, the Ten of Summer is here to tell you that there are people coming into your life that you can begin to trust. And a lot of times that card comes to people who have trust issues in general. So keep that in mind too. And I'm telling you 3 or 4 different things, 3 or 4 different meanings for one card. Sarah, good, I hope. I'm telling you 2 or 3 different meanings for one card because they mean that one card means several different things. So if only one piece of that information makes sense to you, that's fine. It doesn't all have to make sense. But yes, an emotionally fulfilling life. Well done on raising the children. Keep going. You're doing it right. And people you can trust possibly coming into your life, or they've already come into your life if you're wondering, can I trust them? That was for the S's. Okay. Card number 1. This is interesting. Listen up, bitches. Okay. Card number 1 is all about feeling like you've missed an opportunity, but really you haven't, because you're just not seeing it, okay? It also has to do with feeling a little discontent, maybe boredom. I'm feeling like this card intuitively, for whoever picked it, I feel like this card has more to do with discontent and almost feeling like you're stuck or you're lost versus missing an opportunity. I feel like it has more to do with discontentment and boredom for whoever picked this card. And the other thing that I want to tell you about this is sometimes this card comes up when we're searching for more. We're searching for something else in our life, and it's right in front of us. Okay? I do this daily. I will get, I believe that I have about 1 million thoughts per minute versus like the 60,000, per day. But I will get very discontent with something rather quickly, and I'll be ready to move on to something else, or I'm done with this. I'm over this, and I forget to see that the opportunity is right in front of me. I just completely threw it. It's like winning $50 on a lottery ticket and throwing it out the window. That's exactly what this card means. You have it in your hands. You know what you need to do. You need to look deeper into yourself to figure out where it is you're supposed to be, what it is you're supposed to be doing. Stop being bored, or stop being lonely or discontent, and look within and go from that point on. I also feel a lot of intuitive feelings behind this card, so listen to your intuition more. If you're obviously blocking your intuition, because intuition will tell you exactly what you need to know. Allison, I'm so glad that makes sense for you. Awesome sauce. Okay, cards number 2. So this is interesting because 2 of them popped out, and the 2 that popped out seemingly kind of go together, and they make a full message, and I love that. So here's what popped out. The first one was romance, okay? And then the second one was the situation will improve. So if you're experiencing issues romantically within your life, it's going to improve, okay? So stay the course, hang in there. There's not a whole lot of interpretation that those cards need. That tells you exactly what you need to know. So if you pulled card number 2, your romantic situation will improve. I will never, ever get used to being backwards on camera. Nope. Not gonna happen. Okay, Melissa, I'm so glad. That was spot on. Perfect. Hi, Erica. Watch the replay, homie. Ooh, hey, Erica, number 2. You picked that. I love being able to get on here and interact with you guys. I fucking love it. And I don't usually have time to be able to do that very often. So, yeah, I'm happy. Okay, last card number 3. Who picked it? Card number 3. This is a big one. I'm going to go back and look and see who picked card number 3 because I'm rather interested. Jody and Ashley, that's my cousin. Ronnie, of course you picked number 3. That makes perfect sense. I'm telling you the answer before I even tell you. Look at all these 3s and it makes so much sense. Okay. Okay. So this card is all about claircognizance, which is the ability to just know. It's one of the 5 clairs that is associated with, I don't know how I know, but I know that I know and I know I'm right. It's intuition, super, super, super deep intuition. And this card is coming to you to tell you to pay attention to the ideas that you're having, the thoughts that you're having, pay attention to the one thing that you can't get out of your mind over and over again. Pay attention to that and the signs and the thoughts that you're having associated with it, the feelings. One thing that I wish that I could get people to understand is that if you pay attention to the way that your body feels towards a situation, so let's say you're dating a new person or something and your skin crawls, or you're just not ready to brush their hand or get really close into their bubble. Something is holding you back, and you are being told by your intuition that this is not the person for you, or this situation isn't safe, or there's no point in moving forward with this. And that happens all the time with job offers, with financial situations. Oh my God, pay attention to your fucking body when it comes to financial situations. Just the other day, I had someone offer to do something for my business that would be amazing, and I really could have used it, honestly. But inside, I was getting all these red alarms and lights coming off of me, and I was thinking, don't do this. Don't do this. There was no reason for me not to do it. I should have, in that moment, financially and as a business owner, it would only have made sense to do it. It would have really benefited me. But something told me not to. And 3 days later, I realized exactly why, and I was so glad that I did not do it. So, there you go. Yes. So if you pick number 3, you've got some major intuition going on. Proud of you. And you need to start paying attention to it, okay? Okay. Oh, good. Good, Jill. Shymansky. I probably just butchered your last name, but you had the S and it made sense, and I'm so happy for you. Okay, I have a few extra minutes than what I normally ever have. So does anybody have any questions for me? Go ahead and post them in the comments, and I'll try to scroll up and get to as many as I can. I love to see how fitting some of these are. Oh, okay. All right. Patty, yay, I have no romance, so maybe it's on the way. I love it. Just wondering if someone I know or already someone I would have met. I feel like it's in the middle, Patty. I feel like it's maybe an acquaintance that you barely know, so you're not really aware of who they are, but you know their name. Something along those lines. Okay, Patty? So it's not someone you've been with in a previous relationship or anything like that, but I think it's someone that you are aware of. Okay, good. Tiffany, I'm so happy. So freaking happy. Okay, Lori, how old were you when you discovered your gift? I love that question because I discovered it at like 30 different ages. I first started seeing spirit when I was about 4, and that was terrifying. And that went until, I want to say, like 6 or 7. And then between the age 10 and 12, I could see only shadow people, which is terrifying. If you have a child that tells you that they can see shadow people, let them sleep in your bed, please, because it was terrifying. I would just look in like the corners, like the doorways, and I would see these shadow figures peeking around and looking at me, and it was as real and intense as you could ever imagine. And I saw those from like 10 to 12 or 13, and then puberty kicked in, and throughout those experiences, I never realized that what I was experiencing was real. My parents didn't make a big deal out of it, which is exactly what you should do. Don't make a big deal out of it, because that will cause children to embellish. But yeah, so it wasn't until fast forward to age 20, I started reading tarot. And by 27, I found out I was a medium. So I did that by going to an event a lot like the events that I have. And I sat in the back, and I realized that I was picking up on everything that everybody else, all the other mediums, were saying. It was so bizarre. And I also ended up reading a few people next to me. Everything that I told them made perfect sense. So, yeah, that's how old I was. And I have to tell you, I've always had a gut feeling that, there's something different about me, or something about myself that I hadn't discovered up until about the age 20. I always felt that. And the moment that I got those tarot cards in my hands, everything felt like, okay. Because tarot is an amazing way to develop your intuition. In fact, it's my favorite, and I think personally the best way. Because when you look at these cards, you are using your intuition to come up with your own message. I mean, you could look at that and come up with a million different things. And then, so you tell your friend what you're feeling, and then they come back a week later and say, oh my God, that's exactly what happened. And so slowly but surely, you're beginning to build up your confidence in your tuition. So I think that it's the best place to start is tarot, which is exactly what I did. All right. Yeah, Lori, I can tell when somebody else has the gift. Yeah, definitely. I always have the thoughts of opening up a gate. Oh, I love that, Danielle. I love that. And that's probably your guide's way of trying to work with you and say, hey, there's something you haven't experienced yet. There's something that you have to open up. Figure out what that is. You can do that through meditation. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Lori, seriously, I believe him. Depending on his age. But yeah, I would definitely believe him. Okay. Jessica, you have two opposite gut feelings and you don't know which one you're supposed to listen to. Okay, I like that. So we have a higher voice and then we have our ego. Those are our two voices. Our ego is usually incredibly negative. It's this doesn't feel right. I don't like it. You're not going to get anywhere. I don't like this doesn't feel right, because that sounds more like a higher voice. But it's very derogatory and negative towards you. You're too stupid to figure this out. You're not good enough for this. You won't be successful if you do this. Your higher voice is going to say things like, if this is a situation you should avoid, your higher voice will be saying things like, yeah, I don't know about this. If it's a situation you're supposed to go into, it'll be exciting, super exciting. It'll be good. It'll be confident. Okay. So listen to two things. Listen to your higher voice. And I always say at the end of the day, listen to your heart. Okay. If your heart's telling you one thing, go with that. Hi, Grammy. My Grammy's watching. Everybody say hi to Casey. Okay, let's see. No, Stacy Smith Stevens, you are the best. I don't know you, but you're so sweet. Okay, 3 was spot on for Jackie. That is awesome. My sister is having major surgery in November. Will our mom be with her? So if your mom's on the other side, Karen, and I'm assuming that she is, I have absolutely no doubt that she will be there. Absolutely no doubt. And the cool thing about when we do crossover, when we do transition, our ability to be in more places than one is astronomical. We don't have this body that's holding us down anymore, so our energy can be spread out through tons of different places. Say something else just as pertinent or just as big is going on 2 states away with another family member. She's able to be with both of them, but I have zero doubt that she will be there. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay. I kind of identified with both cards 1 and 2, but picked 2. Is that normal? Sure. Cherie? Absolutely. Yeah. I like for if you're using your intuition, if your intuition is telling you, I was supposed to have both of those cards, that makes sense to me. There is no rules here, okay? But we do have to draw the line somewhere. So I just throw 3 cards up. This is for everybody. No, I need you to go with your intuition. When we do these every Wednesday, you guys are literally using your own intuition and working it every single time. And that's what I love about this way of doing things. Hi, Carrie. Okay. Okay, Angela, I like this. I question everything about romance. Have I met this person or what? An old relationship stays on my mind, but I'm tossed on what to do. Okay, all right, I like that. So first of all, Angela, if that old relationship is still lingering and it's still there, you will not move on. You cannot bring anybody new into your life until you heal that wound and shut that bookcase. Until you do that, you're going to continue to struggle moving forward in every other part of your life, okay? So that would be the first thing that you need to do, is to focus on healing and figuring out why you're still hung up on that relationship. Once you're able to forgive yourself, forgive the other person, and really become indifferent, you will be able to move forward much easier. It's kind of like trying to move forward and carrying a shitload of baggage with you. It's really, really hard to walk a straight line, to walk somewhere, when you've got like 60 huge suitcases to carry, as opposed to myself, when I had got a divorce, I worked for 2 years on healing that emotional wound, figuring out where I went wrong, where did he go wrong, and now I 2 years later was able to literally walk right into another relationship happily, freely, openly, and feel amazing about it. And the other great thing about when you heal from that prior relationship, when you take the time to do that, and EFT or hypnotism would be two options for you that I would suggest as far as healing goes. But another great thing about when you heal that relationship, it can turn into something completely new and different. And maybe you can become friends through it. Maybe you can begin to appreciate each other more simply because you were able to heal and move forward. So lots of good stuff going on there, but the main thing is you need to heal first before you can move forward. Okay. I love that. 1111, what's up with that? Okay, Allison, 1111. 1111 is just bad. It's badass. That's what it is. It's a baddie. I love when I see 1111 because I know that I am on the right path. I'm doing exactly what I need to do. And 1111 is really no different than the rest of numerology, 444, 222, 360, 790, 747. All of these numbers come from the universe to you for a reason over and over again. And so my suggestion would be to look up what 1111 means on Joanne's Sacred Scribes. That is my favorite numerology blog, and I feel like it's the most accurate. And I would look that up and see what part of that message resonates with you most. What did you need to hear? Does it give you any advice? Does it give you guidance? Definitely look that up and save Joanne's Sacred Scribes because in your bookmarks, because I love that website. I probably use that 2 or 3 times a day, and I always get the message that I need. I always hear exactly what I need to hear. Sometimes they tell me things that I don't want to hear. They put me in my place, but I always hear what I need to hear when I communicate through the universe with numerology. So please do it. Okay. I like this, Sarah Rubble, or Rubble. I don't know how to say it. I can't pronounce names at all. How do you protect your energy when you feel like someone is taking it from you? I actually plan to do a post, live about this, but I'll go ahead and say it now. So energy vampires are dicks. And they're all out there and they're everywhere, but it's sad because most of them, unless of course they're narcissistic, don't realize that they are energy vampires. They don't understand it. And so the best thing that you can do for yourself is to distance yourself. Okay? That's like the best thing that you can do. The second thing you can do, besides eliminating as much contact as possible, is to smudge often. That will remove any and all negative energy, but it'll also help kind of replenish it depending on the prayer that you say. And so I always say, I open up my door or a window, I light my smudge stick, and I say, break up and release any and all negative and stagnant energy living inside me and replace it with divine love, light, and peace. And I say that 4 times, and I feel amazing after I do it. And a lot of times I'll pick up negative energy just from reading a client. They had a bad day and they're fighting and blah, blah, blah. And I pick it up and I take it home. And before I walk into the door, I have a smudge stick in my car and I will light it with my lighter a lot of the times, because when I bring that energy into my home, it's hard as hell to get rid of. And I actually have a smudge stick at work too that I'll use before I even leave work sometimes. So highly suggest that. Another form of protection that you can, and I know that the things that I'm telling you now are how to clear it away, because a lot of times we can't protect ourselves. Sometimes we just have to maintain a clear energy, But what I think another thing that you could do to help protect you, and I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but amethyst is known to protect you from negative energy. So get you a couple of those, throw them in your bra, bada bing, bada boom. Okay. 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 I love that, Sarah. I'm so conflicted over my intuition and my negative self-talk regarding the father of my baby. How do I know which should be followed and which is real? Okay, this is interesting. Um, Going back to healing wounds. If you heal the wound that this man busted open, which you can do, like I said, via EFT, because it's expensive to do EFT. I get that. And the two people that I would send you to is Chantel Renee in Springfield, Illinois. She is a licensed hypnotist and a EFT practitioner, or Kelly Howe of Columbia. I don't think Kelly is taking clients right now. That's why I gave Chantel's name first. But if you are able to get into Kelly, she's phenomenal. A lot of times, what the issue is that we're having is we just have these open wounds, these open emotional wounds that we have not have not healed, and that's the negative self-talk that we're hearing constantly, right? I'll just use myself for example again. When I was going through my divorce, after I got divorced, I took so much of the negative situation on myself. What could I have done differently? Was I too hard on that person? Could I have helped more? Should I have stuck it out? Those types of things. But what I realized was I was only asking myself those questions because that wound was still open, and it's just, just a horrible open wound. So if you could heal the wound first and then ask yourself, what should I do here in this situation? I guarantee the answer is going to be 10 times clearer, and it's going to make more sense. A lot of times when we're hurting from someone who's wounded us or left us or abandoned us, we're in a very negative, dark state. And that's human. It's perfectly normal. But the only way that you're going to get past that and not hear two different voices or not hear negative self-talk is if you heal the wound first. So I'm big into that. In my book that will hopefully one day be coming out, I continue to hit roadblocks with it, but eventually it will be out. I talk a little bit about how, healing my own emotional wounds took me from a very negative 222-pound woman to a person who I just can't stop smiling most of the time. So I'm telling you, heal those wounds and then you can move forward after that. Everything will make more sense. Okay. You guys have been fucking amazing. But I have got to go get my babies from school. Hi, Shannon. How you doing? Haley Joe. I'll read your message and I'll let you know. But I've got to go. I got to get some kiddos. Some amazing kids. And we have some guitar and drum lessons to go to. So... all right. I love you guys. I had so much fun answering your questions, and I hope and pray that I can do this again. I love being able to spend more than 15, 20 minutes with you. This was awesome. So make sure you get your tickets. October 21st in Quincy, October 30th in Columbia, and it's sure to be a hoot. Okay. Bye-bye.